look what it does to my face. That's mad. I didn't know it did that when I bought it. It's too late now. Okay, I have a serious topic I want to discuss, but I also just bought a bunch of Godzilla figures, so I'm gonna open those at the same time. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one, where it's got King Ghidorah, Rodan, and then I'm already kind of through Godzilla right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, and what I mean when I say that is I need bigger, smaller scissors. Am I the only one that's noticing? Am I the only one that's noticing more ads like all over the place? I feel like I almost feel like I'm wearing glasses because I'm afraid the contacts that I ship in are gonna start showing ads. Dude, this sword is so sick. I'm no millennial. I am Gen Z, but I'm the eldest Gen Z. So oldest sibling rules unfortunately apply to this video you're watching right now too. So listen up. I feel like in my life, I'm stepping into such a leadership role in so many other opportunities in my actual personal life. And I figured, why would I not blend that into my YouTube career as well? Yo, this is so sick. So one of the things I wanted to talk about in this video is self-abdication. That's something that I've been exploring, going 110% on over the last several months. I've been doing hella research on not alternative medicine, but things outside of like the medical field that do provide health benefits, such as like, you know, not drinking out of, I drink out of glass now. I've done my due diligence when it comes to microplastics and all the history of like in World War II, how that skyrocketed because they just had all this plastic they were making and for the military, and they're like, I think it was World War II, and they're all this plastic they're making for the military, and they're like, oh, what are we gonna do with it? Well, why would not use it for all this single-use stuff? And then bada bing, bada boom, it just evolves over all this time to the point to where we're literally brushing our teeth and it's chipping off all those plastic water bottles that you use, reusable, non-reusable, whatever, that your teeth chip against, that get in your gut and stuff. There's a huge rant. I could go on a rant on that. I'm living my own life this way. Not to push you to. Glass, though, honestly, low-key, it tastes better to drink out of. That was just one example of self-advocacy. Like, I used to be a personal trainer, and for the longest time, I just thought, oh, when it comes to, you know, taking care of yourself physically, it's gonna come to meal prepping and taking care of yourself like that, and it's gonna come to exercise. That's it. And never did I ever think, what soap am I putting on my body? What sunscreen am I putting on my body? What am I drinking out of? What am I brushing my teeth with? I'm not saying you can get away from everything. Everything, you can definitely make the argument that like everything has some harmful effect on you to a degree. So for me, that's just one example of a way I self-advocate. I drink out of glass and some stainless steel stuff. I use a cast iron. I'm much more intentional with what I put my body through, not just like nutrition wise or you know, exercise wise, but on top of like the soap that I use and the toothpaste that I use and the type of toothbrush I use, not being, you know, all these different things that make a significant difference that we're seeing, like, honestly, in our parents' generation. Like, you can ask any of our parents. I'm 29. I'm saying this to the people, give or take 10 years. Like, our parents did not grow up with everybody having cancer, with everybody having these different diseases. Why is that? For me, that's like a big passion of mine now is doing this self-advocacy. What's good for my body, what's good for my heart, what's good for my brain, all these different things. That's also why I only use Instagram and YouTube now. I'm looking at the screen. I need to look at you guys right now. I'm not using anything besides Instagram and YouTube. Those are my two platforms of social media. I have Facebook, but just for like immediate family and friends. I have my Instagram, and then I have my YouTube channels, my personal one, and then my past ones, and this one. That's all I use. The doom scrolling is so out of control. It low-key kind of, it started with the short form content, man. I mean, people really did not scroll like they do now. Wouldn't you agree? Man, I wish you could talk. The things that you would say, Leo. Another thing that I'm very intentional about these days is who I spend my time with. I'm really not out and like, I'm Christian, and something that you find like in the Christian community a lot of times is people just spreading their wings and connecting with people as much as possible, and you get a lot of surface levelness out of that. But I've done that. I've been there. I've been to multiple churches at the same time. I've spread myself way too thin before. What I'm finding is the value in relationships that of my family, and then the people that are closest to me, just blows everything else out of the water. It doesn't matter. Like, if I talk to you on here, you do mean a lot to me. If you're somebody I talk to regularly, like, you are important to me. But it's the people that you see on a regular daily basis that I'm realizing that you gotta nurture that. And it partially has to go into the whole health thing. There's so many studies that talk about all these different people that prove that long-term, healthy, close relationships, a sense of community, is the largest deciding factor in how long you live. I did not quote that, and I botched the way that sounded, but go look it up. It's accurate amongst so many different mediums. While I continue talking, we're going to move on to the next guy, Rodan. So back to what I was saying about social media, I only use those two platforms now just because it's not good for me. It's not good to spend all this screen time. You're hurting your eyes when you do that. You're hurting your if you have mental illness, that drastically affects it. Oh my gosh, how effective it is for me to, when I'm in a bad mood, when I'm in a bad headspace, when I'm going down the rabbit hole, to just go outside and walk. Find like a super peaceful area. I found one super close by that I've recorded a few videos on, that I just take my dog and walk her on, man. And I think that ties into what I said earlier about just the self-abdication when it comes to my physical health. Like, being outside, touching grass, it's a joke. It's a funny joke. But actually going to like a river and checking out all the cool rocks that you can see. I do that constantly now. There's several rivers I live nearby. And going there and checking out all the quartz and geodes, all the cool rocks that you can, minerals that you can find in the water. What feeds you? That's my question for you. We're getting deep right now, man. Maybe I should just do maybe I should just start a podcast to have some deep talks with you guys. That would be sick. But seriously, ask yourself, what feeds you? For me personally, I've taken hiatuses on YouTube when I've been a little unsure as to what direction I want to go in. But no matter what, I always come back. I've been making YouTube videos for 8 years now. I always come back to it. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, it is starting to come across a little bit like I'm creating a little self-aware, socially aware army. That's not my goal. But I do think that a lot of people don't have direction. If that helps you, I'm here for it. Another point I wanted to talk about is, I don't know how old everybody is who's going to be watching this video. Some people I know on the channel are like 50, 60. I know some people are literally 14. We've got a huge variety of people that watch the videos. These are so bad ass. Raphael's, what are these called again? So like, there's a lot of different levels of maturity to the audience that I have. And even though there are different levels to that, I think that everybody could use a little bit of guidance. There's just so many voices, and I feel like I've always been told that I give really good advice, and I've had a lot of people go to me for advice before and come back for more. So I just want to be able to guide a little bit in a direction that doesn't have an agenda. For me, this benefits me in no way from just talking to you guys right now like this. Besides, it just fills up my cup. It just fills my heart. Unlike everywhere else, it feels like there's an agenda every single place that I look. You know, I find one new healthy product to use, one new healthy thing, and then it gets bought out by Nestle. And oh my gosh, and this is an awesome example. Hang on. I went last night and saw the Hoppers movie. It's been a while since I've seen like a little kid movie, and I'll sit here and say I totally advocate for that movie. Like, from this moment, 3/18 at 6:45 p.m., Hoppers was like so good. There was no polarizing agenda. It wasn't leaning to one politically side one way or the other. It wasn't even hinting at anything like that. There weren't like these weird sexual undertones that are, I swear, constantly in kids' movies, even more than when I grew up. It was just wholesome. Every single time there was conflict, it talked about we're in this together and we're working at this together. It brought community. Considering this is made for kids, the fact that this was pushing to be a member of society in the sense of joining forces, joining together, even though at one point in the movie it even talks about sometimes when trust disappears or when trust is broken, you just gotta rebuild it back a little bit at a time. That is what needs to be taught. My God, like what? This movie nailed it. Now, while there were a couple moments in this movie where I was like, that's creepy, I love horror movies, so I loved it. I didn't get any weird vibes from this movie, and all the hype around it, I could have used a little more time. Yeah, but besides that, this was a great film. When I do have kids, I'm absolutely gonna be one of those people that is raising their kids on DVDs and physical media and stuff, so they don't have to bum off of ads all the time and just get flooded with all this stuff that's not important. Like, it drives me nuts. I couldn't imagine how it'd drive a kid that just, I just want to see monsters fight. Like, bro, I got the whole catalog right here. By the way, I got Raphael opened up, and the transparent Rodan wings are so badass. Growing up on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and honestly, I feel like they've been around for so many generations at this point. Like, seeing Raphael and Rodan together, and this is just the first series, man. Like, anyways, and now we're on to the final boss, King Ghidorah himself. But the last thing that I wanted to touch on was the healing thing. What heals you? For me, something that I'm discovering is I got rid of, over the years, whether I was an angsty middle schooler or a broke college student, I got rid of quite a few things that I grew up with. A lot of toys and things that just bring back serious nostalgia to me. So something I've been doing recently is getting all that stuff back. I've been recollecting like all of my old Beanie Babies I grew up with, some Godzilla figures that I've sold that I've had to repurchase just because I decided like, no, that was important to me. Whether it's Halo figures, Scooby-Doo mugs, my GameCube and all the games I used to play for it. Last year, I lost two very, very significantly important things in my life that they can't come back. And they truly made me who I am. They made me the extremely self-aware, loving, open-minded, brave, courageous, just positive affirmations, whatever. I'll tell myself this. I don't need to tell you guys this. All these things that I admire in myself, these things made me me. What I learned last year after losing Gavin and after losing Sam was that I can't, God, this is getting deeper than I wanted to. I can't bring them back. What I can bring back into my life, though, are things that made me me when life was simple, life was easy, life was fun, everything was new. So I'm finding a lot of my identity back in those things. Most of the people on the channel are familiar with this, but a lot of the self-advocacy comes from, over the past couple of years, finding out that I was getting medicated and falsely diagnosed as being bipolar when I am not by any means. Was being shoved medicine down my throat for 15, 20 years, giving me symptoms that I didn't actually have, went off of them, and after a month or two of weaning off them and getting my body calibrating itself, I'm dynamite. Like, I found a lot of my identity in my dog, in my brother, in my diagnosis. I've had to do a lot of recalibrating and finding out who I truly am. And I'll tell you what, there is no better feeling than digging deep in your head for that one toy or that one stuffed animal or that one video game that you had when you were younger that just disappeared somewhere along the way, and regaining that back, coming across it at a thrift store, finding it on eBay, getting it in the mail, bringing it home. There is no better feeling, I'm telling you, than having that puzzle piece rediscovered and fitting right back into place. It's been great. And I need to start opening Mikey King Ghidorah. So all of that to say, we are beginning to live in a society that does nothing but show us ads, that does nothing but make us question what we consume, what we put on our bodies, that makes us feel more isolated and alone. Everything is designed around that. Video games are designed to make us gamble now. I can attest to it. I've fallen for it. Nothing is designed with a end goal in mind, because that's not a customer. A customer is recurring. That's why we have so many subscription-based things. But at the end of the day, I do think we'll be okay. I mean, you can see people already taking back their physical ownership of things when it comes to physical media. I've been collecting CDs, DVDs, VHS tapes all over on my family video shelf way over there. and my Godzilla stuff I've had my whole life, all these different things. And I'm seeing so many people do that again too, because people are so sick and tired of all these ads, all of these different things that just, all this monetization that is so, all this tipping. My God, these copy shops. Even the one I work at, everyone's getting exhausted. And I think if this video does anything, I hope that it just provides some sense of clarity to somebody who might be feeling that they are alone, who might be feeling like they're also taking crazy pills, and somebody who maybe just needs a little introspection, maybe somebody who is going through a little bit of a hard time. I used to have a series on one of my old channels called Dope and Wholesome, and it was just me doing stupid stuff like thanking all of my subscribers individually, or making content based around good things that people were doing. And that's part of the reason why I don't overly edit these videos. I think the sweet spot for YouTube and content in general was that 2015 to 2018 era, when you've got all of these Let's Plays creators, when you've got Markiplier killing it, when you got Laserbeam killing it. It's not overly edited. I have some background music, but that's just, it comes with the territory. I'm not doing crazy zoom in, zoom outs all the time. I did at one point, but I would rather bring you guys high quality conversation, high quality just enjoyment, rather than all of these other just, I've been saying this word a lot recently, these, oh, I thought I lost his wings. Oh my gosh, I thought it didn't come with his wings. I was about to lose it. Bro, just these bonkers things that I'm sick and tired of it. And I think that it needs to be talked about. I guess just what I want to express is, you're not the only one who's feeling this way about how society, it just feels like it's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And this is a place you can come to where you're not going to get these crazy over the top videos that are just draining your brain until you're practically foaming at the mouth. You're going to get an authentic creator who pours his heart out and just makes content doing what he loves. And I'm not going to stop. I've always come back. And guys, couldn't have happened at a better time, because Mikey looks incredible. This is so crazy. And we have the Mikey King Ghidorah. Dude, his tails are turtle shells. This is the coolest one. I might be so real to say that the Godzilla one might be the worst even. How dare I? You guys gotta see this. Ah! This is crazy. These look so good. That's all I got for you guys. If you want to talk live and do a little more of some deep diving, hang out, have a good time, we live stream every single Monday at 7 p.m. EST. I upload almost every single day on Instagram. Some of those videos go on YouTube as well. They're always shorts. And then on YouTube, I upload videos like this, as well as more dedicated videos as well. I give advice at the end of every single video. Guys, this is $5. If you're looking for like a good glass to drink out of, bro, drink the milk that comes out of this, because it's not bad too. And then drink out of the glass bit. It's fire. Okay? Take care of yourselves, guys. I'll see you later.